Hi, this is Travis from the Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this clip on the Political Voices Network.
How did it get so stupid?
How did the world get so stupid? Good morning, Carlos.
Social media. Good morning. I'll start with the sport, because it's good news. The
yes,
United
please.
States wins the Nations Cup, defeating both Mexico and Canada on route to the title.
Which sport?
Yay, United States. U.S.
Soccer.
women's national team.
Oh,
World
fantastic.
Cup coming up in New Zealand and Australia. Pay attention, folks.
Okay. All right, then.
That's it. And Ted Lieu is questioning Mr. Durham right now.
Yes.
Oh, rude.
Dr. Nadler was like, dude, what are you doing? None of your cases meant anything, and you were just wasting time. You didn't disprove anything.
Oh, my God. He brought only 2 cases. He lost both of them.
Bum, 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 bum.
He's bad. He's bad at his job.
Yes.
Hired gun by Bill Barr.
Okay, Carlos, I know
Barr.
you probably don't have anything to say about this, so it'll be a very quiet hour. However, we've been talking to Bob Cesca and Malcolm Nance about, what's the definition of insanity again?
Doing something over and over again, expecting a different result.
Yes, right. This
Marriage? Wait.
What? What's happening over there?
Sorry. Don't. Shh.
The headline is Far-Right Moms for Liberty promotes RFK Jr. as guest speaker at national event. A far-right group that promotes book bans and COVID conspiracies and seeks to limit classroom discussion about race and LGBTQ identities is promoting the appearance of a Democratic presidential candidate. That would be Bobby Kennedy Jr., or as Trump calls him, JFK.
Yeah.
Man, check your sound system.
Stop it.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
Why?
so
We can
all
make
of-
fun of Biden's age. We can make fun of that. It's
all
open
of-
season.
All of the Republican candidates will be joining. Oh, also in a totally unrelated story, Moms for Liberty has been infiltrated by hardcore right-wing groups, according to they're a parental rights groups. Okay, let's see. The connection follows a pattern of conservative MAGA-aligned groups being infiltrated by more extreme right-wing movements. There's an ongoing campaign by these neo-Nazis groups to radicalize some of the more benign patriot MAGA groups, and it's working because I've seen more Nazi content creeping into posts from Moms for Liberty people recently. It's all just one big...
Grift.
Roger
it's all
Stone
over
is
grift.
on record saying this Bobby Kennedy will soften up Biden so he can lose to Trump in the general. That's
all they're doing it for is the
Yeah.
grift and positioning. It's not like Cornel Wurst or Kennedy or any of these third-party candidates are going to attack Trump or go to a Trump rally and say that Trump was guilty in January 6th, Trump was guilty in Ukraine, Supreme Court sucks, anti-LGBTQ legislation has to stop. Voter suppression has to stop. Trump lost the election. It's not like Kennedy and those guys will admit that or even go there. It's a grift.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're saying, what are you going to do for our policy? What are you going to do for clean energy? What are you going to do for minimum wage? What are your policies other than relitigating the past on vaccines? Do you have anything else to say?
Yeah. I mean, I had Travis pull this. I've been discussing it with Bob and with Malcolm, but just Google it. I can't believe there's still even a debate about this. This is what decided the 2016 election. The headline, this happens to be in The Hill, Trump's victory margin smaller than total Jill Stein votes in key swing states. I mean,
Yep.
you
Same
can
with Ralph
just
Nader.
look at the number. Yes, Alito was corrupt. Oh, what a shock. It's because a few people thought it'd be cool to vote for Ralph Nader rather than Al Gore. We don't have Roe v. Wade because this number of people voted for Jill Stein. I'm just going through the actual numbers. In Michigan, Trump beat Hillary by 10,704 votes. Jill Stein got 51,463 votes. In Michigan, in Wisconsin, Trump's margin over Clinton was 22,177 votes, while Stein garnered 31,006 votes. Same in Pennsylvania. NPR says 10% of Bernie voters voted for Trump. The Washington Post says 12% of Bernie voters voted for Trump. That was the whole point of the Russian campaign. Stay home, vote for Jill Stein, or vote for Trump. And they absolutely achieved it.
Let me play devil's advocate and argue for their side that said, well, they didn't campaign hard enough and they didn't get those votes and a lot of Democrats didn't vote for them. That might be true, but that still does not dismiss the selfish behavior of a candidate staying in the race when they have no shot, when democracy is on the line. And it was in 2000. It was going to be Al Gore or George Bush. There's no reason for Nader when you can't win. An adult says, listen, I know you voted for me in the primary and I promised you all these things, but I've got no shot and we don't want the worst candidate. So please, I'm telling you as an adult, I can't win. Vote for if you're going to say it, if you're going to call it this, vote for the lesser of two evils. Vote for Gore. Again, Jill Stein, vote for Hillary. Bernie, vote for Hillary. Because we know what's on the line. Don't be selfish, Kennedy, Cornell Wurst. You have no shot at winning. What are you doing? I can promise you the world. Vote for me. I'll promise you everything in the primary. But I've got no shot at winning.
In a totally unrelated story, Democratic presidential candidate Marianne Williamson has now lost her second campaign manager in just 2 months. It's not known if she resigned or was fired. She took over for then interim campaign manager Peter Dow, who I also loved and had on this show and was a huge Hillary defender. I don't know what has happened to some people on our side. Bobby Kennedy was a friend, was on this show years ago. He has now become Alex Jones. I don't know what's happened to him, but if you've watched these clips, he is. Where is the what? By the way, somebody wrote to me and said, let's see, because didn't Bobby Kennedy something waters turning boys trans and frogs gay?
Yeah, that's Dr. Strange loving it.
He did.
Hal wrote and said, tell your friend Bob Seska, you and Bob Seska's ignorance of science is breathtaking. So weird, apparently, because we don't.
There's something in the water. It's Dr. Strangelove all over again.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
They're sapping our precious bodily fluids.
Okay, I don't.
Sapping our precious bodily fluids. It's a grift.
I don't know when Bobby Kennedy became Alex Jones, but here we are.
He's a grifter.
Even if Kennedy believes these things are true, right? With anti-vaccine, with the war in Russia. Again, there are simultaneous truths that he won't speak about, that Glenn Greenwald won't speak about, that Jimmy Dore won't speak about, which are the things I mentioned with anti-LGBTQ and voter suppression. Those things are true, but lest they speak about them, it'll ruin their grift.
Yeah.
That's all they have to set a comedy tour on, to write about, to get followers off. It's just all to build followers.
We just had Adam Schiff on last week, and this party, how many times can we say it, Carlos? They're not there to govern. They're there for just stunts and for, petty, vindictive, the House is set to vote on a revamped resolution to censure Representative Adam Schiff. That would be today, after the chamber blocked a similar measure. This is what they're doing with their time and your tax dollars, right?
Yep.
So Representative Paulina Lunatic of Florida she took the $60 million fine out or something, and okay. Chairman Adam Schiff said, to waste the floor's time on this false and defamatory resolution is a disservice to the country. It detracts from the time we have to deal with homelessness, that we have to deal with the opioid crisis and 100 other challenges. But it just shows how Kevin McCarthy's completely lost control of the crazies in his conference who are running the place. With this crowd, it's a badge of honor. How he feels. Kevin McCarthy says they have the votes. This is so absurd. He said, I'm proud to have stood up to Trump and defended our democracy. I will continue to do so no matter what they throw my way. But this is the authors of the big lie attacking me for telling the truth. And history will judge them to have failed to have the courage to stand up to a corrupt president but consoled themselves by attacking someone who did. I mean, I don't know. Apparently some of them have changed their votes. Censure him for what? For doing his job, right?
Yep.
For telling the truth.
Liz Cheney. They did it to me too, Adam. We can hang out together. You and I, we can go fishing in the pond. Or you can go hunting with my daddy.
Sue in Rockville cannot hear enough about Liz Cheney's daddy issues. Sue in Rockville, hello.
Hello. Hey, Carlos. Keep going.
Good morning.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Listen.
No, it's your turn now.
So, if Hillary was right about everything, so is Malcolm Nance. He is right about everything.
Yep. Yeah. Go ahead, Sue.
Bill Barr's stooge. Bill Barr was Trump's stooge. I almost said something.
Yeah,
Trump
thank you for
Putin's
not.
Stooge. I know, I got close. I'm
Thanks.
sorry. I escaped. And the GOP stooges humiliate themselves at every hearing. Watching them try to let John Durham lie his way through this hearing and getting smacked down with facts over. Nadler takes them apart. Swallow takes them apart. Schiff takes them apart. Lou takes them apart. And they expose the lies. They expose the hypocrisy. I don't understand. I mean, they're either incapable of learning or they're into Russia so deep and so terrified of being exposed that they just have no other play.
Yeah. Yeah. It is the entire party. It really is. It is. They're, what does Charlie Pierce call it? Prion disease, something. Okay. For instance, did you happen to watch any of the Brett Baer Fox interview?
Oh God, it was great.
I mean,
the woman that he gave a pardon to, and exonerated her crimes or whatever. Like, under your law, she'd be killed. Wait, no, because she's already out. It's like, you don't even understand.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
But this part, how is this any different than talking to the crazy guy at the bus stop? This was.
First of all, I won in 2020 by a lot. Okay. Let's get that straight. I won in 2020.
You know that this,
and if you look at all of the tapes, if you look at everything that you want to look at, you take a look at Truth to Vote, where they have people stuffing the ballot boxes on tapes, or
Mr. President,
let's go to recent. Well, wait a minute. Let's go to recent. That's cheating on the election.
You lost the 2020 election.
Brett, you take a look at all of the stuffed ballots. You take a look at all of the things, including things like the 51 intelligence agents.
There were recounts in all of the swing states.
Lost. Good day, sir.
I just, you do yourself a favor, watch the clip, because it's not just what he's saying. It's these crazy eyes. It's the look on Brett Baer's face. Yeah. Yes.
It's what he does at golf. You saw it. I scored a 3 on that par 5. I scored a 3. Mr. President, you took 7 swings in the sand trap. It's false. That's not true. Look at the sand. Look at the way the sand is. There were many people around the sand.
There's
scored
a guy
a 3.
this guy wrote the book about how much he cheats at golf. There's a guy wrote an entire book about it.
Sports Illustrated.
Yes, he has cheated at every single thing in his entire life.
Everything.
I mean,
it wasn't two porn stars. It was 1. Okay, it was only 1. It wasn't 17 beauty pageants. It was 3. Okay, he's horrible. Don, Eric, you know I love you. It's it. Many people have said they saw me saying I love you, and I touched you once. It's on film somewhere. Somebody's got it.
Hi, everybody. Julliana Forlano here for the Political Voices Network. We hope you're enjoying Political Voices and all the content we provide on the daily. Now, there are a few new programs in the wings that are going to launch just in time for election season. If you're able and would like to help us continue bringing you all this content, please help support us by clicking the join button. We're going to have some perks for members, including early video release. You get the information first. Members only chat rooms, live shows, member badges, all the good stuff and more, all coming soon. So click that join button if you can to support us. And rest assured, we will continue to bring you all the great content you have known from the Political Voices Network and more. Thanks so much. See you soon.